right, y'all, we back with another reaction right here on ABP Reactions. This one is about David. You know what I'm saying? He's been in the press for about the past 2 months, 3 months, something now. You know what I mean? Rest in peace to Celeste. We got to get caught up with what's going on with this case because I'm really out the loop right now. And some of y'all probably out the loop too, so let's get caught up. Let's go.
One of the most talked about mysteries online just keeps getting darker. Ever since September of this year, the world has been captivated by the story of the grisly fate of 13-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez. After going missing over a year ago, her body was discovered in the back of a Tesla, registered to none other than David Burke, better known as R&B singer David.
September 8th, 2025, a Tesla that had been sitting at a tow yard in Hollywood was inspected after workers noticed a foul smell. Inside the front trunk, officers found human remains that were apparently wrapped in plastic. That car was registered to David. The remains were identified as Celeste. Her body was apparently decomposed, and while the official cause of death is still deferred, police said they haven't ruled out foul play. However, based on comments from law enforcement, it's possible there may not even be a crime other than concealing the body. But since then, the investigation has focused a lot on that Hollywood Hills home where David had been living.
Considering how that story began, you'd expect that he'd be behind bars by now. But instead, there's been many roadblocks along the way that have prevented the cops from pinning anything on him. But now, new information is coming to light, and it's looking increasingly bad for the singer in a way that suggests that not only did David have a hand in disposing of the body of a child, but that he's likely ruined his own life in the process.
You fucking think, man? God damn, I think it's obvious this nigga had a hand in this shit. Like, it's no way, bro, like the shit found in front of his house, in his car. What the fuck are the odds of that and him not having... You know what I mean? Not a hand in this shit. That don't even make sense, bro. Like, what the fuck? Man, where the fuck was the body all this time? This shit is crazy. What the fuck? Let's get caught up, y'all.
We now know, and I can give you this 100%. Although the medical examiner has not yet determined cause of death, nor has the toxicology report been given over to the LAPD, the LAPD Robbery Homicide Unit is viewing the death of Celeste Rivas as a homicide, and David is a suspect.
It's your boy Wildest, and this is the sickening part 2 of the David files. Since we last delved into this case, there's been a whole lot more damning evidence which illuminates the nature of their relationship. As time has gone on, and literal subreddits have been set up which are dedicated to unpacking what's going on, footage and photos have emerged which made it clear that she was a fixture at his live shows.
See, I remember them putting this, but they were saying it was a girl that looked like Celeste that was actually older. Y'all remember they were saying that about this specific scene right here? They're like, that's not Celeste. That's a girl that looks like Celeste. She's actually 23 or something like that. And I'm just like, man, so much shit, but who the fuck is actually giving out the right information, man? Because it's like internet-driven and Reddit-driven and Discord-driven. Who the fuck? Let's see. Let's keep watching.
On other occasions, they were seen partying together, despite the fact that she's almost 10 years too young to drink, let alone anything else. And in recent weeks, resurfacing live streams have shown the two together, with Celeste even indicating that they were going to release a musical duet.
Oh, thank you, Mitochondria.
I gotta stop with him if you even.
We
need to delete this.
Maz, can we delete all VODs? And then as soon as the stream ends, delete the stream too?
With all of this piling up, there's now officially no room for plausible deniability that the two were close, if there ever was in the first place.
Listen, there was a relationship. They were doing things, social things, and she was out of school. She was on, she had dropped out. She was, I think, 7th grade. This is, as far as I'm concerned, this is really serious stuff. And
bro, come on, bro. How the hell is a 7th grader hanging around a grown man and his homeboys at live shows? Because when you're an artist, you're doing live shows. You're in the green room. It's your manager. It's your DJ. It's your homies. Y'all back there relaxing, smoking, drinking, whatever. And y'all don't realize, there's no way y'all didn't see that girl and say, this is a goddamn kid. So that says a lot about his homies, his entourage. Them niggas is all weirdos, bro. There's no way. One of the homies cannot walk in right now holding a little 7th grader girl hand and just think we all finna be cool about it. Like, nah, nigga, that's out, you weird ass nigga.
And I think it's sad that it was allowed to continue, and that's, I don't know why it was allowed to continue, but it was, and I think people knew where she was at. And it also makes me think that as soon as the news came out, that family probably knew exactly who it was right away.
While the authorities appear hesitant to emphatically say that they were, all signs pointed to this illegal relationship being romantic, with David even showing off gestures for a person believed to be Celeste.
My, oh gosh, Victor, you actually did this?
And with each new revelation, people can't believe that no one did anything about it sooner. I don't know what I'm more shocked about, that these people in David's circle are literally this dumb, or the fact that David thought this was an acceptable way to spend Valentine's Day with a 13-year-old girl. On their part, his friends proclaimed that they believed she was 19. Meanwhile, his manager sought to put distance between himself.
Oh, so that's his manager. Oh, I thought his manager was a white boy. All this time it's a black nigga. Ain't that about a bitch? You motherfucker, you. But the manager did drop like a message distancing himself from this. Like, hey, I manage him from Texas. I don't be at his house. But then they were saying the manager wasn't living there. The house was in the manager's name, some shit like that. I don't know, man. This whole little shit is confusing as hell and is sick as fuck because there's no way this girl was around this boy and not around him right here and his DJ and other motherfuckers, and they didn't say nothing. But you know when it's somebody that's paying your, you know what I mean, paying your bills and all that shit, you was a sucker nigga, so you gonna shut the fuck up, make sure he's still paying you. You don't want to say nothing to violate that. Like, fuck all that, nigga. I ain't never gonna be fucking working for no pedo, nigga. That's out.
And what had occurred with a lengthy statement. This has been a tough time for my family as I am a father of 3 children. Josh Marshall wrote on IG, I never received any emails. I had zero knowledge of anything and I don't live in California. Also, I work remotely 95% of the time. And my job doesn't require me to have much interaction with any of my clients, such as David, as there are many others that work with him on a day-to-day capacity, not me. This news is tragic for so many and for her family. I hope the proper authorities get to the bottom of it soon. But for all their efforts to act like they didn't know that the girl described by sources as super shy, soft-spoken, and gentle was actually a child, there are plenty of people who are disputing this.
To break the news that everybody knew about that little girl being in David's inner circle. Not only did they know, they helped, they joked, they partied with, they had a good old time. I'm gonna actually play the video on the screen, and what you're actually seeing is at David's inner circle. I believe it was a holiday party or a lunch party. They were celebrating the tour or something or other. All these people were in his inner circle, and they are zooming in and showing how each person not only knew about Celeste, but was with Celeste. And when you saw Celeste, her frame, her height, and her age, it is almost impossible that anybody thought that girl was more than 12 or 13.
And with each new day, it feels like the plot thickens, and never in a way that makes David look any better. Amid all of the speculation, the cops—
Where is this weird ass nigga at anyway? Have y'all seen this nigga ever since this whole shit came out on him? He ain't done no interviews. I don't follow the nigga, so I don't know if he be on social media or not. But have y'all seen him? Has he done anything? Have he talked to anybody? Has he done any interviews or something like? I think if he did an interview, it would probably go viral right now because niggas definitely want to hear what the fuck is going on. But I would suggest he stay away from doing any interviews, nigga, because you guilty, nigga. I know, you are. You guilty, motherfucker.
Deepening the vacuum of conspiracy by keeping things vague. In a statement from Police Captain Scott Williams, he kept the cards close to his chest, stating, "We know for sure that Celeste Rivas Hernandez died, and that someone placed her body in the front trunk area of David Burke's Tesla. We know that the Tesla had been parked at the location from which it was towed for several weeks, so it was very likely Celeste Rivas Hernandez had been dead for several weeks prior to her body being discovered," he added. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner has not determined a cause or manner of her death, so we don't know for sure if anyone has any criminal culpability of her death beyond the concealment of her dead body. In addition, Williams also noted that the police executed a search warrant at a residence near where the car was towed. In terms of what David has been doing, the once terminally online singer has kept a very low profile, although some Redditors believe he's been defending himself under anonymous profiles. To fight his corner from a legal standpoint, he hired attorney Blair Burke, an esteemed lawyer who is best known for representing people including Kanye West, Queen Latifah, Reese Witherspoon, Gerard Butler, and most troubling, Harvey Weinstein. In the meantime,
Oh, well, damn. That says a lot.
some myths around the situation have actually been dispelled after the initial post-mortem revealed that she was not pregnant as previously claimed. But because of the decomposition, they ultimately couldn't determine a cause of death. In a statement, the authorities revealed that the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner has not yet determined the cause or manner of Miss Rivas Hernandez's death. As such, it remains unclear whether there is any criminal culpability beyond the concealment of her body, they added. RHD is thoroughly examining every aspect of this case to uncover the truth and seek justice for Celeste Rivas Hernandez and her family.
Hey, so he done went and broke bread and got him one of them top-notch Hollywood lawyers to defend him. I definitely see this as an opportunity for a lawyer to come and represent the family pro bono. This is gonna be a viral ass trial. This is gonna be viral, like, cause I think everybody wants to know the real details, and that's what's fucked up. We done got this far with this much speculations, but no facts. There's been a couple little facts, but we need to understand that's like this trial. People are gonna be invested into this trial, man. A lawyer for sure is gonna get with the family and pro bono. I got you, because I know what this is gonna do for me, especially if I win.
At this stage, David was not yet a suspect. However, he was enough of a persona of interest for the LAPD to execute a search warrant at the rental home he'd been staying in prior to all this coming to light. Once the cops took an interest in him, David has been battening down the hatches. Recently, he's been attempting to stop his own property from being seized, as the singer recently transferred ownership of 2 Houston area properties from a trust in his name to his mother. Strangely, he found an admirer in Meek Mill, who apparently envied the attention he was getting. I need his promo for my album.
Oh, yeah.
Who do I call?
Goddamn Meek.
Man, that guy doesn't know when to keep his mouth shut.
God damn
Even
it,
though
Meek.
there's so much left unknown, there are people beyond social media users trying to fill in the blanks. As of late, a private investigator has been striving ahead in a way that the cops aren't. Hired by David's former landlord, a private investigator is now trying to get to the bottom of the situation. The homeowner, Mladen Trifunovic, says he hasn't heard a single update from police, which is why he decided to bring his own team. Our private investigator's work is still going, but I don't have any findings to share at this time, he told TMZ after hiring him. It's still early in the process, and I want to respect both the LAPD's investigation and the memory of the victim. Following on from the footage being seized from various security cameras at the Hollywood Hills home that the landlord owned, Steve Fisher is on the case and is already finding alarming things while sifting through the evidence.
All right, well, tell us what they are, nigga. Update us right now, god damn it.
Once he embarked on his investigation, he immediately sought to establish a general idea of what occurred.
He wants to understand what may have happened and if his house played any role in that.
Using neighborhood surveillance videos and digital evidence, Fisher tells Eyewitness News he's now established a timeline centered around the Tesla.
That car, starting in May, was parked in a few different areas around that neighborhood. And then ultimately July 29th left in its final, parking spot on Bluebird. And this happens to be right before, or the same day that they're leaving on a tour bus to begin the tour for David's,
Along the way.
Oh, that's crucial. If that's true, that's crucial. The day, so he was here. The day the car was left was the day he left for tour. Because everybody was like, oh, he was on tour. How could he do it? He was on tour. Well, that's crucial if that's true.
He seemed to be able to pinpoint them being together at an amusement park.
During his investigation, Steve Fisher says that he uncovered a Build-A-Bear certificate that was made out to a girl named Esmeralda, dated April 21st, 2024. So that is just 16 days after Celeste was reported missing. And that date stood out because on that same day, April 21st, David had apparently posted a TikTok video riding a roller coaster that appeared to have been filmed at Six Flags Magic Mountain. There is a Build-A-Bear located inside Six Flags. Six Flags, they require guests under 15 to be accompanied by a chaperone aged 21 or older. So the questions now become, who was that chaperone? Who was Celeste with that day?
From there, he shed more light on precisely what this all meant in relation to the death.
He posted that TikTok. It can, match that up to where it's a roller coaster called Scream at Six Flags. And at the house, which is, I think, the important part that some people are losing sight of, is that we found the certificate at David's house.
Oh, damn.
It's in the name Esmeralda, and it's dated the same day, the 21st, that he was at Six Flags, and and then just a few days later, Celeste is photographed at Esmeralda's high school graduation, and this is all during the time that Celeste is reported as a missing person.
As the pressure mounted and Steve Fisher kept pushing, investigators are finally looking at David as a suspect, with some people alleging that it happened after someone around him grew a conscience.
It looks like someone close to David in his inner circle is actually talking, and the police are moving in.
Although,
man, what the fuck? Is finally talking. Man, come on, man. This is so, I don't get it. I think we all have the same thoughts on this. Like, it's so obvious, y'all. Like, he got something to do. Not saying he necessarily did it himself. That part we don't know, but he for sure got a hand in what happened. To what extent? We can't pinpoint that just yet. But he for sure, that's why he ain't a suspect. What the fuck? If this is my daughter and this is the nigga that I know she was running away to be with, and she comes up missing, and the last place they saw her was with him, and the voice, her last text messages was talking about being with him. Come on, man.
he's been named by the cops. It's notable that they're not necessarily looking at this as a murder. On account of the pill bottles and opioid prescription found at the rented mansion, Fisher believes Celeste's death may have been completely accidental, but instead of risking their careers by admitting that they were close to a young girl who was using drugs, they panicked and may have made a decision that'll cost them far more in the long run.
I feel like this is probably going to be something like an accidental overdose, and they just made a horrible decision after the fact because they didn't want the relationship to get out there, because it would definitely hurt his career, if not him be criminally charged. And I think they just made a really, really bad decision.
Hold on. What's y'all thoughts? Are y'all rolling with what he just said? He's saying, okay, there's a possibility that it's a overdose, gone wrong, whatever, panic. But the part that, like, they tried to chop her body up, or they did chop her body up. Like, come on, man. That's what makes it kind of like, huh? Chopping the body up, like leaving it in the car, putting it in the freezer. What? I don't know about this accident shit.
I think that the medical examiner would have been able to tell pretty quickly if, it was strangulation or anything like that, because you would still see the bone, the hybrid bone broken, or you see blood vessels broken in the eyes, stuff like that. Or if it was a gunshot, that's pretty obvious. So since they couldn't determine that, I think it's coming down to toxicology. So
while concealing an accidental death is a misdemeanor in California, that constitutes a maximum of 1 year in county jail and a $10,000 fine at most, the fact that she's a minor makes the whole thing an irredeemable stain. But rather than to strike a deal, David is said to be not cooperating with officials. As they hone in on his movements, the singer's Santa Barbara County—
That's interesting. That's very interesting. Why wouldn't you not cooperate, brother?
Trip late on a spring night is vital to the case. And now they believe that he wasn't the only one implicated in the crime.
They believe they have hard evidence he was in Santa Barbara in spring, and that was a critical moment. And it sounds like, from putting the pieces together, that they believe Celeste's body may have been in that car. So if that's the case,
not just Celeste's body, but a second person.
The second person you're talking about is the person who was in some control of that car when it was parked on the street with the body inside the trunk.
They have yet to identify who that person is, man. Like, it had to, everybody been saying that too. It had to be somebody that helped him. The only person name they mentioned that I've run across was the manager, and the manager made it very clear, I don't live out there. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Like, he has to have a homeboy or somebody was there that, like, who?
The way I understand it is that the second person is a person who is connected to one of the last times that car was moved.
Got it.
Following these revelations, law enforcement believes this second suspect could be tied to Celeste Rivas before, during, or after her death. He also claims that law enforcement linked cell phone data, Tesla data, and location data from social media is going to be key to finding out what happened when it came to body disposal. On that subject, each new finding just keeps getting darker. For one thing, industrial tools which were discovered that seemed out of place at a property like that caused alarm from Steve Fisher.
These were items that you would not find at a house. They would have serve no purpose at a house in the Hollywood Hills. It's items you would find more like in a farm or farm environment.
Whoa.
And that's exactly what I said.
If you don't want to identify.
So they went and bought some fucking. Okay. Yeah. Come on, man. God damn it.
What those items are, can at the very least you say, would it be items that someone could use to dismember a body?
Yes.
Dismember and
yes,
completely dispose of.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's where the statistic part came from. This was not about like maybe dismembering her or anything. This is about evaporating her.
And as it all mounts up,
people say evaporating. They were trying to completely. At this point, you damn near should have got a bucket of acid. Yeah, they probably would have did that shit if they would have took a little bit longer. But I don't get why. The one thing that makes me scratch my head about this shit is why would you leave the body just sitting in the car on the street you live on in front of the house or down the street from the house you live in? That's the part that makes you be like, huh? Y'all did everything possible to try to get rid of the body, but then only to put it in the most obvious place. In the car, in your name, in front of the house. That's in your manager's name and your name. Like, what? That's backwards as fuck.
I just cannot believe that he hasn't already booked his trip to the Slammer. The fact that he hasn't been detained or interrogated yet is ridiculous. I don't want to hear anything about this unless it's about David being arrested. Still, the main problem remains that there are so many conflicting reports. As rumors made the rounds that she'd been frozen and dismembered, the cops had to issue a statement that dispelled it. Celeste's body was not frozen. She was not decapitated. The whole thing doesn't even make sense. Her body was in the car for weeks. LA Police Captain Scott Williams told People, even if she had been frozen solid when she was put into the car, which there is no evidence to suggest she was, 5 or more weeks in the trunk of a car in sweltering heat in the middle of summer would not have resulted in a partially frozen body being discovered on September 8th. But while the cops are contending that this was a fabrication, TMZ are fighting back to argue the validity of their reporting.
Herein lies the issue. We have a very well-connected source connected to the medical examiner, the LA County Medical Examiner, which currently has the body. That source has doubled, tripled, quadrupled, and sextupled down, actually, now, saying that the body was indeed partially frozen when it was received by law enforcement.
See, this is where the shit be getting confusing, right? Because TMZ got their own shit going, their own investigation. And then the police chief, the LAPD, he came out a couple times, said a couple things. And the LAPD got their shit going. Seems like the LAPD is dragging their feet. Or maybe they're not and they know what the fuck is going on. They're just looking to put the final pieces together to what they got going. I don't fucking know. But TMZ is definitely dropping like headlines on different shit. And then the LAPD is debunking what TMZ is saying. So now it's like, that's what makes all this shit confusing. Like, who the fuck telling the truth? Who the fuck is lying? And why the fuck is this shit taking so long? Like, you know what I mean? This is a high profile case. Like, this shit is everywhere, dog. Like, why ain't, I don't know. How long y'all think this gonna take, man? Let me know right now in the comment section. How long y'all think this trial, when it initially happened, I thought it was gonna be less than a week. It was just too obvious, but I don't know, man. What the fuck is going on?
So that's kind of interesting, but the medical examiner is just telling a different story.
Ultimately, these answers won't bring back what was lost. And that was the life of a young girl who should have had it all ahead of her. But what really doesn't help to cushion that blow for her family is that when you dig into David's own existence, people either clearly missed the signs or chose to ignore them. For one thing, he had a deep obsession with death and also bloodshed, which he communicated through his art.
And I went to the closet again sat down and I freestyled the entirety of Romantic Homicide in one take. After I made that song, I showed it to my mother, and she was like, "That song's too violent and too sad. You're not releasing it. My son is not gonna be talking about killing people in music." And I was like, I'm gonna take that as a challenge, low-key. I'm really big into anime and I'm really big into manga, and I wanted to make my own manga series at one point, and I was writing a lot of poems and writing a lot of things for it. And a big part of that manga was an evil version of me named Itami, which means pain in Japanese, and he wears his blindfold and he's basically an agent of chaos and kind of my alter ego. And the story of the manga went like I was a detective and there was an evil version of myself that would kind of come out at random moments, kind of like Fight Club with Tyler Durden, and he would commit the crimes that I would have to solve as the detective. So like when I was as the detective, I'd be like solving murders that I'm committing myself.
And through his
What? Lock this nigga up, man. Lock this nigga up, man. What the fuck is a manga?
love of all things gruesome, he may have had a depth of knowledge
this
about
manga
all things.
fuck up
in case
outta
he
here.
went from music
Manga
to
fucker.
real-life massacres.
He was having hearses pull up. Look, this is in his meet and greet. This dude had a fascination with death, chat. It's not just outside the realm to me that this dude was
funeral.
really into some really morbid things. He probably also knows a little bit about embalming a body. He probably knows about, you know, draining the body of. He gotta know some shit.
Embalming a body is
pulled up to
crazy.
his goddamn meat. Bro, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, something's going on. We find a body of his shit, dismembered. He could have clearly buried her. Also, here's the thing too. A guy who's into this type of stuff, I'm saying that if he's so much into death like that, bro, he could have got rid of the body. Why?
All the signs are there that he's fascinated with death. I mean, so that's what makes him suspect number one. I'm thinking in everybody's eyes. Like, nigga, it's no hiding that you was infatuated with this shit. So if they say, oh, a girl that was hanging with you mysteriously comes up missing and her body is found in the trunk and she's dead and chopped up, blah, 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 they gonna look at you first. Because who the fuck else is that sick? Who else be with this nigga, man? That's the part they not even talking about. I haven't seen no artists come out and associate themselves with this nigga. Like, what artists be hanging with this nigga? Who is his homies? Where did he come from?
Why did he keep the body?
This is a byproduct of his self-confessed warped mind that had been that way since he was a kid. I used to be addicted to watching vids. I used it to desensitize myself. I saw a cartel execution on Reddit when I was 14. Besides his deranged ways, there was also the simple fact that his PDF file ways were essentially an open secret that various people had referenced. In one case, one individual even actively asked for his downfall to come long before any of the Celeste news went public, waiting for LAPD to get your ass for messing with a 13-year-old girl. At the minute, it seems like the walls are closing in on this disgraced artist. Where people were once baffled that he wasn't even a suspect, it now seems like it's just a matter of time before he's in cuffs for at least one of his many offenses. And at this point, it's hard to imagine anyone who won't be happy to see him do hard time for everything he's done, and the tragic set of circumstances that it all led to for a young girl who deserved a better life. And now that a grand jury has been convened to hear evidence tied to her death, that time might be upon us.
All right. That manga fucker. That manga fucker. Now listen here, man. I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now, y'all. Guilty. He's guilty. I'm gonna just say it right now. So when they find him and the court case happened and all that shit, and he get found guilty, Pun said it first. He's guilty. He's guilty. Now my question is he gonna, stick around for the trial? Or if he know that they're on his heels and they do plan to lock him up, is he gonna take, the sucker way out? You know how these motherfuckers do, man. They'll fuck around and do some little kill themselves type shit. And this young generation is fucked up, man. I'm gonna just say it, man. It's fucked up. God damn. Who the fuck did y'all look up to become this way, man? Was our generation this fucked up? Our generation wasn't this fucked up. These young niggas is wild, man. What the fuck is going on, bro? Do y'all think it's gonna be him that they're gonna grab up? Is it gonna be a friend? Is it gonna be the manager? Could the manager be playing like he has nothing to do with it, but really he's the one? Who knows, man? You know. Run the comments up. Let me know what y'all think, man. I'm going to give y'all 2 seconds to smash a like. And as always, get ready for the next reaction.